This is huge news. It looks like Nvidia is basically officially slashing the prices on RTX 3000 GPUs. Look at Best Buy, the official reseller for Founders Edition, only sold by Nvidia. The RTX 3080 is down to $419, the 3080 Ti $719, even the 3090 Ti, which used to be $1,999, is now down to under $900. But there's a huge problem here. Look, next to every one of these Founder Edition GPUs, look what you see there. It says sold out, not available. I actually didn't see one in stock, but it looks like all of these news media outlets are going ahead and just saying that Nvidia is slashing the prices of RTX 3000. It's technically true, but it's not really 100% true. But it does mean a couple things. First, Nvidia is reducing prices on these GPUs, so the other AIB partners are probably going to have to catch up at some point. Who knows if they're ever going to restock anything at Best Buy, because they're trying to get rid of RTX 3000. Very unlikely we're going to see these actually ever pop up in stock. Now, if Nvidia is reducing these prices, maybe they're giving a break to retailers that are holding on to inventory of RTX 3000. That's going to make a difference. But today, we're going to go looking and see if we can find any GPUs anywhere close to these prices, because they're just not being sold at Best Buy. And if you go on Newegg, new 3080s and even 3070s are still really expensive and nowhere near these prices. We're going to take a look at Jawa.gg, which just happens to be a marketplace that does exactly this. They also happen to be today's video sponsor. We're going to go looking for some 3080s, and it's actual gamers selling them. Look, they even do benchmarks on the GPUs, a lot of these sellers, so you know that you're getting something that's actually been tested and not just something that's going to show up broken. Jawa.gg. I've actually used this myself. It's a marketplace where you can buy and sell, similar to something like eBay. It's going to be a lot more curated, and they have a lot more focus on making sure that the marketplace is somewhere that's fair. It's going to be safe, that has a lot more real gamers involved. Today's GPUs being so expensive, if you have a marketplace like Jawa, you're going to have lower fees and a lot of seller and buyer protections. New buyers can get $10 off their first order with the code WELCOME10. Happy shopping, and I hope you find some awesome GPUs. So let's take a look. We're going to type in RTX 3080, and then we're going to choose GPUs only, because they also have systems up here. Let's see what they have here. Look at this. This is a Founders Edition, $549, but obviously somebody who's owned it, they even upgraded thermally, which means the thermal pads on this GPU. Now, it's not the $419 from Best Buy, but that one's unavailable. This is still a decent GPU for this price. This is actually a really good 1440p GPU. Look at this one, $480. This is a Zotac 3080. This one actually sold for $480. Look, this one, the seller even describes that it's working perfectly. It comes with the box. You can see there are plenty of RTX 3080s here. You'll see some higher end models, even our favorite EVGA, which was put out of business by Nvidia, $549. I believe these prices are much more realistic of what you're actually going to find a 10 gigabyte 3080 for. The $419, that doesn't really exist. That's just a base clearance MSRP, and as you saw before, there's absolutely none in stock. What about an RTX 3070? Let's take a look. Remember, that one was $499 MSRP, and it's not one that it's even really on sale now. Let's see, this one sold for $369, and that's an EVGA XC3, a very, very good model, but they most likely will still honor any type of warranties on these GPUs. So as you can see, plenty of RTX 3070s also for sale here. Many are going to be still in that $400 range. This one is the Founders Edition for $399. My favorite is the Founders Edition. I love the design. You can see the sellers actually have feedback. They have lots of good pictures, and they even have a nice description here. Look, they even have the scores that they have, the benchmarks, and that they were tested using various benchmarks. That's definitely really good peace of mind, because it's not only a good condition GPU, but you know it's actually going to be working and not have any issues and perform like it should. This other 3070, $350. That's a great price. That's when I mentioned the other day, you can get these for close to what you can like an Intel Arc, and this one's going to be definitely a more stable GPU. And they even have some AMD GPUs. Take a look at this 6900 XT, a fantastic GPU, 16 gigabytes of VRAM, and this one is $575. These still perform surprisingly well. They're actually really up there, even with the newer generation stuff. Of course, ray tracing is going to take a bit of a hit, but for $575, a good condition 6900 XT like this, definitely a very nice find. And then here for $315, a 3060 Ti. This one, my preference over a 3060 and even over the Intel Arc. That's not a bad price at all for it. And if we peruse around, see what other GPUs that they have, of course, most of the prices here are really good, and you're going to have variations like with anything else. But look, a 6700 XT, $325. That's not bad at all. And obviously you get a little bit more of like a personalized description, I feel, than you do from something like eBay. Even the pictures seem to be better detailed, so I definitely like that a lot. Then you can kind of like browse around. They have so many GPUs being sold, and you know a lot of these are gamers because they're actually having benchmarks in the description. It just seems to be a really nice and different group of sellers than you would find on something like eBay. Even some newer GPUs. Look at this 7900 XT. He even said he's selling it for $824, and it is open, but he thinks that's around what the price to performance compared to the XTX should be, and that's actually a pretty good price because $899 is the MSRP, and $824, that gets pretty close to like a 4070 Ti's MSRP. Definitely not bad at all. Because then if you compare these prices to something new from Best Buy, they're still really expensive for the ones that are in stock, which are the third-party AIB GPUs. Those have not yet seen the price drop. But if those drop, you can bet that on the secondary markets, like on Java and things like that, those prices are going to follow and drop as well. So it's always going to be pretty much in sync. You're never going to have new prices cheap and then used prices more for something that's going to be readily available. So in my opinion, you can get a fantastic bang for buck with a used GPU, especially when it's from a more trusted source. You can see pictures, you can see that they even did benchmarks on them from a wide gamut of what seems to be a lot of gamers. So that is definitely going to be good news because RTX 3000 is still great, even though some of the VRAM limitations might be a problem in games like Hogwarts. For many other games, certainly you can still game at really nice resolutions, and you can save a huge amount of money from the much more expensive new RTX 4000 GPUs and things like that that have been really expensive lately. So this is a great way to save. Remember to subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.